Okay. Okay, I just have to tell the camera this. This was not planned. All this traffic. That's insanity. We live here. I'm about to go get in that. At least it's moving. That's all I can say.
There's a long line of cars and they're trying to get through. There's no single explanation, there's no central destination. But this long line of cars is trying to get through. And this long line of cars is all because of you. We don't wonder where we're going or remember where we've been. We've got to keep this traffic flowing and accept a little sin. So this long line of cars will never have an end. And this long line of cars keeps coming around the bend.
This is Los Angeles. And this is what Los Angeles used to look like. Okay, not exactly. This is actually Idaho. That's where I was living when I got the idea to make this movie. I was hiking in these mountains with my good friend Michelle when I asked her, Michelle, why don't you ever drive your car? Because she never drove her car.
See, I don't remember that. I don't remember you asking me that specifically. What did I say? Exactly.
Okay, so she's having a blonde moment. The point is, she had some very good reasons. So I thought, well, Michelle is doing her part, so maybe I should too. And to prove a point, I'll do it in the sprawling, trafficky, smoggy metropolis known as Los Angeles. Okay, how many days would you go without your car?
None.
You would go 0 days without your car.
Yes.
So what do you know about cars?
That I need one. I can't go anywhere without one.
It was 2 months that I was left without a car, and it was hell. It was hell.
Do you ever give up your car?
Would I?
Yeah.
No. No.
It's been so hard.
Not unless I had to. You know, if it was. But even that's the one payment that I'll make every month. You know, even if other things are an issue.
Because LA is a big city, and unfortunately, if you don't have a car, it's hard to get around.
In LA, you need a car. It's just, that's the way it is.
Well, you know, addiction is just a general term that basically means engagement in some sort of activity or behavior where repeatedly engaging in that behavior causes problems and people still do it. Again, remember, using the term addicted in the sense that continuing use of that thing, in this case, cars, causing adverse consequences to that society, and yet they still do it.
Are we as a society autoholics, and we don't even know it? I decided to find out for myself. Could I go for 80 days around Los Angeles without a car? There was really only one rule, and that was 0 carbon emissions via transportation. I could not drive a car under any circumstance. I could bus, I could walk, I could bike, I could run, I could ride a skateboard or skate, and I could carpool, but they couldn't go out of their way for me. In short, I was not allowed to add to the collective carbon footprint.
Okay, it's my first day without a car. And I woke up really early. It's still a little dark out. The sun's gonna rise, or it is rising probably right now. And I'm taking 2 buses, a shuttle bus, and a hike, and some other little hikes to get there to work today, Tree People. And we gotta go because I'm nervous and I'm gonna be late because it's gonna take a while. So we gotta go. This is Drew.
Hi.
Drew is producing this movie with me. And right now, he's about to take my keys away from me. I'm not gonna drive anymore for 80 days in Los Angeles, California. And this is a weird feeling, it really is. I'm about to throw the key. Drew got here at 6 a.m. to take this away from me. Here you go.
Good job, Katie.
Thanks. Bye, Van.
Goodbye, Katie.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to use my feet and use my bike and use the buses to get around LA. I'm actually kind of excited. We'll see how I feel in about an hour. I'm getting nervous. I'm not gonna make it there in time. I think I might have control issues. Because I want to make this thing go. Yay, bye. It's kind of fun. Okay, I have no idea. I need to... Ooh, this is my bus. Ah! I think it's here. Iredell Street. Take a right at Iredell Street, left when you get to the fork. Changes to Iredell. Oh my gosh, I hope I don't need my bike for this part. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to walk fast.
Okay, stop right there. This is Los Angeles. You might have thought that Los Angeles was this, and this. But it's also this too. You see, Los Angeles is almost 500 square miles. That equals 15 Manhattans or 166 Ketchum, Idahos, where I used to live. Tree People is technically located in Beverly Hills, in the heart of LA. And I live all the way in Mar Vista, 14.7 miles away. To get to work by car, I did this. And to get to work without a car on day 1, I did this. If you haven't already figured it out, no buses come up to Tree People, hence the hike.
Do y'all know if Tree People is up this way?
Yes.
Okay, so how do I go? Just follow this trail?
This, and you're gonna go around for a while, right?
Yeah.
Where the drinking fountain is.
Got it, okay.
You go to the right.
How much farther do you think?
It's long.
I think I took a different hike. This is Oscar on the phone. It just hung up. You know what? I'm better off not talking to him because I'm here. I am here. I'm here, I think. Eee! He freaked me out. That wasn't okay. Okay, so I'm here. It's 8:57. I have to get to my office, though. All right, we're gonna think of ways we can help this air out there, all right? How do you think we can help that air?
Don't drive so much.
Don't drive so much. Well, what can we do? We gotta get places, come on. We're busy people. What do you think?
Bike ride.
Bike ride, my favorite. What else? Walk. Okay, so I'm going down now. I'm going down the hill. I'm exhausted. I just taught 20 kids for 2 hours. I was pretty much performing the entire time. And I'm worn out, and I'm excited though because I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish today. And I got here on time, and now I'm gonna go home. $2.18. We're gonna go that way. So we're waiting now for the bus. It's 2:15. And I just have to say that I feel like I'm backpacking through Los Angeles. When I was 18, I did Outward Bound, where I lived in the woods for 28 days and carried all my belongings in a backpack. It was a group of us, like I think like 10 kids. This feels similar, except for I'm in the city and I'm riding buses. Oh my gosh, it's crowded. I want to do that. I have one more bus to go. I hope I can make it. Okay, I don't want to miss the bus though, so I gotta be fast. I want some roses. I'm so excited actually. These make me so happy. I can't even believe how happy they make me right now. You have no idea. No, it's not the same as driving at all. There's a lot of elements, Okay, well, I'm getting on my bus right now. I'm so excited. Yay, the last bus of the day. Yeah, I'm not gonna die. I'm just gonna have to figure out a better way to get to work because this is not gonna happen. I mean, unless I don't know what, my whole life has to be getting to work and back. So I'm home now. Oh my God. Okay, I'm home. I am home. I'm having mixed feelings about being home because it took so long. This is insane.
The reasons why not to drive a car. Number one, for me, is I don't really like it, I guess. I mean, if you could choose another option, it just seems way more interesting than being shut inside a car. I mean, biking and walking to me is just so much more fun. The impact that you're having, you know, the resources that you use driving a car versus biking or walking or taking public transit, that to me, it just seems like if there's a good enough option where you don't have to use all the resources, and if you don't have to pollute the air and clog up the freeways or the roads, I mean, I guess those are the main ones.
I'll probably meet you like really literally on the corner of Sunset and Laurel Canyon. I'm just gonna have to change clothes in a coffee shop or something. I don't have change, so is that bad?
My friend asked me how my trek was going. She said she felt like I was on the trek, and I agree. I just want get wet ones.
She's in the parking garage or somewhere.
Okay, anyway, I'm carpooling right now. We just went to a party together, and Now we're going down to Santa Monica for another party. Oh my gosh, this is too much of a coincidence. Y'all, Allie, my friend who is going to the hideout, happens to be at Wilshire and 23rd. We're at Wilshire and 22nd. Allie, how are we gonna all feel it? All right, y'all, this is nuts. It just so happened that Allie, my friend, that I'm going to her birthday party, and I was trying to figure out how I was going to get there, literally called me, and she was 1 block away. I have accomplished getting to my destination because she was already going there. It's her birthday party, and I brought along 5 people. I don't know if we would have all ridden in the same car unless we were all walking together. Dee, have you had a good day?
Beautiful, of course.
Who doesn't have a car in LA? Come on, Eve.
I know, I'm gonna do it though.
How long's the experiment?
Well, today's my second day.
So tomorrow it ends?
No, it ends in 80 days.
So 8-0? This is public transportation.
Paul,
Yeah.
let's tell the truth.
Okay, the truth is that we were leaving a mutual birthday party at the same time, mutual friend's birthday party at the same time. And the truth is that we're in the ghetto, and I would never drop her off here. And I was on my way that way, and she needed a ride, and
I did not need a ride. I wanted to go to the bus stop, and he would not let me.
she asked me to come over is the bottom line.
I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to take a bus. I don't want to take a bike. And I guess I should talk about last night. So I got a ride home. I mean, in all honesty, it was not directly on his way home. So we have this rule where nobody goes out of their way for me, but it was not safe. So I was really grateful to have that ride home. He did come in for a drink, and he was a gentleman, in case you're wondering. Nothing happened. But I guess I had an impact on the environment a little bit. I'm not sure what to think about this, and Drew does not know about this yet. And he's probably not gonna know about it until he watches this footage.
The average American emits about 6 tons of carbon dioxide a year via transportation. Therefore, 1.5 billion tons of carbon dioxide is emitted yearly from U.S. vehicles alone. Last night, Paul went a half mile out of his way for me. So yes, I cheated. I emitted about 1/4 pound of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere.
What are they doing?
We're doing a documentary about being carless in LA or car-free in LA. I gave up my car.
Really?
Yeah. I'm from Mobile, Alabama. So.
Mobile, what an irony.
Why?
Because Mobile.
Oh. What?
We're out here trying to build our membership support.
He doesn't own a car, and look at his fancy bike. I want one.
It's a car-free cargo bike.
Car-free cargo bike.
I can haul like 200 pounds on it, so I don't need a car to get around. I haven't owned my car for 10 years.
I'm so inspired. It's only my 3rd day without a car, so.
Oh, well, you got a long ways to go. There's a guy in town right now. His name is Tim Harvey. He's been doing a 2-year around-the-world, human-powered, using bike, canoe, skis, whatever.
Well,
He was
I
just
want to
in
meet
LA.
him.
He's here in LA right now.
We got to meet him. It's 6:05. I can't believe it's only the 4th day of this. I am exhausted. I really thought I was going to wake up and be like, yay, I'm ready to go ride my bike and hike to work. Yay. I do love being on my bike. Okay. We just found the bike rack. I'm so excited. It's right here in front. Okay. So we're here. I'm totally energized. And you know what? I was directing traffic because they were getting in my way, and I feel like a little bit of a badass. This is Liz. She's the trooper following me with this camera. She's going car free too. Not completely, but for the film. Anytime she has to get to me, she can't do carbon emissions. And she has a smarter lock than I do. Liz, how was it for you today?
It was good. It was a little tougher than, no, it wasn't harder than I thought. It was exactly how hard I thought, but I'm glad we did it. And I'm glad we're having such a good hair day.
And then here's my shuttle. Liz was talking about, you were saying like how things tasted better and stuff, right? Okay, I was too tired to know what she meant, really. But last night after I rested a little bit and I had dinner, food is, my senses are keener. It's really weird. We're here, we're here, we're here, we're here, we're here.
Yep, yes, Katie?
Can I hug the tree, please?
Yes, go ahead, Katie. Katie's weird like that. But it's okay. It is okay to hug the trees today, okay?
We'll conserve our energy on the way down the hill, okay? We've got to be in Santa Monica by 4 to interview Tim Harvey, who I cannot wait to meet. My God. We got to shoot this. Liz, I feel sick. The helmets are here, but her bike, they cut it. I don't know what the hell we're gonna do.
It kind of seems like someone is, I don't know, like trying to make this a more exciting documentary or something. First of all, I can't believe that this just happened on the first day when we're actually riding our bikes somewhere. I'm a little surprised because my bike was covered in rust and it was like a Target bike that cost me like $75 in the first place. That was my bike. I've had that bike for years. Now all I have is a helmet. I have to wear a helmet around with no bicycle.
Liz and I just walked probably, how many blocks, 10? 8? I don't even know. But we got here and the bus happens to be coming right now. I've got to learn how to put my bike on the rack. Okay. Luckily it's light, fairly light, and I'm strong. And, is that right? He doesn't care. 3:09, and you know what? We just get to sit back and go straight down Santa Monica Boulevard and just chill, and then we'll be a block away from Helen's bikes. That one, right? Okay. So I don't know what he said. Oh, my bike. I almost forgot my bike. Ooh. Ooh. So, do you notice that there's only one bike?
Oh my God, the bike is stolen? Oh my God.
Show the lock.
We went to the Grove where we had put the bikes, and...
You know...
I know.
Snip.
I know.
When you said that this morning, I'm like, you left your bikes at the Grove? But you know,
it was like a great little bike rack sitting right there. I mean, it's the Grove. What? Her bike is gone.
No.
So we got to do something about it.
My name's Tim Harvey, and I've been cycling and rowing and canoeing and moving myself with zero emissions around the planet. I went from Vancouver up for 1 month pedaling to Whitehorse, the wilderness area. It's Alaska, the Bering Sea, and northeastern Russia. It's a huge territory with no roads. And to get through that, used canoe, then rowboat, and then offshore rowboat. And then we hiked 600 kilometers all the time, moving ourselves ahead on zero emissions until finally we reached some roads of ice in Siberia, and we were able to start cycling again. But this is cycling in minus 40 degrees and blizzard. It was brutal. We were cycling with ice hanging from our face like walrus tusks. Just moved on taking on every challenge as it came until I hit Moscow. And that was where the journey was going to end. Just at the right moment, an email arrived from a friend based in Seattle, and he wanted me to row with them from Portugal west. This was an offshore rowboat with no sail, no motor, just
Y'all
plywood.
rowed the ocean.
Row, row, row your boat, just like that.
Why are you doing this?
Well, I think the real question is why so many people are driving cars. Because the planet is heating up, and we know this. We know that it's being caused by overconsumption of combustible fuels, of fossil fuels. And so my mission is to sort of give people a shake and say, look, if I can get around the planet by human power or by emission-free means, then surely you can get to work or school. And moreover, it's actually a lot of fun. It's healthy. Your life is more satisfying when it's bicycle-based, and it's an opportunity for me to see the world, to bring back stories, to show people the wonder of the world, and also the importance of protecting it, and just in such a simple way, too, such a simple, satisfying, fun way. Just get on your bike, ride to work, incorporate a bit of adventure in your own daily life. That's my message.
Humans, as we know it, have been around a long time, about 200,000 years. In 1886, Carl Benz came out with what we consider the modern automobile. That was only 128 years ago. Today on the planet, there are over 1 billion cars. In the US alone, there are 250 million cars and trucks on the roads. Annually, the combined mileage of these vehicles is 3 trillion miles. That's equal to 14,000 round-trip voyages to the sun in 1 year. And according to the Union of Concerned Scientists, Americans go through 19.1 million barrels of oil in a day. 13 million of those barrels are used for transportation in the US alone. So collectively, we spend about $1.3 billion a day in oil consumption. That is a lot of cars, a lot of oil, a lot of pollution, and a lot of money. There has to be a better way.
I really need to have common sense as far as selling my car. You know what? I mean, Drew, I've had to turn down work because I don't have a car. Like 2 jobs came up. Like, this is not a normal life. Like, I can't live a normal life and do this.
And do you think it's literally impossible to have a life if you don't have a car?
If I worked near my home, then it'd be a different situation. It's 4 o'clock. I got back home at 4 o'clock. I left my house before 7. I worked 2.5 of those hours.
Oh my God.
Thank you. Anyway, all my fears are coming up today. It's fine. I'm still in it because, of course, when I say I'm going to do something, I want to do it. And I know I can do it. It's just hell. It's day 7. I cried for an hour last night to my friend on the phone. The worst part about it is I feel like such a wimp. I feel like a spoiled brat. I mean, there's people fighting in wars and starving out there, and I am completely miserable because I don't have a car.
Right now, you have been so on the opposite, the negative end of this documentary, that you keep attracting more. You have resentment in your body about this project.
Definitely. I have a cold. I'm not going anywhere today. I went to get the mail and I had something from Amazon, and it was this book, How to Live Well Without Owning a Car. Save Money, Breathe Easier, and Get More Mileage Out of Life by Chris Baelish. And he lives here in LA. I can't believe I'm just calling him up. Hi, Chris. This is Katie Rogers. I'm making a documentary about not having a car. Somebody just sent me your book in the mail. Great. I look forward to talking with you. Bye. What is it that really had you sit down and said, you know what? I'm writing a book about this.
At first, I liked the idea of living car-free because I saw how much money I was saving.
Right.
But as time went on, little light bulbs kept going off in my head about other benefits of not owning a car. There's so much less paperwork to do. I wait in less lines. I have less stress in my life. I lost my love handles. I'm in better shape. My cholesterol went down. I sleep better. The biggest one, of course, is peace of mind. So much peace of mind when you're living below your means. And when you get rid of the car, you drop to way beneath your means. The conversation comes up, I talk about my book, and they say, oh, well, you know, my car doesn't really cost me that much. And I'm like, oh, really? Well, how much does it cost? Oh, it's like, you know, $300 a month. I'm like, oh, really? In LA, you own a car for $300 a month. And then I get out a copy of the book, and we get the car cost worksheet out, and I go right down it. There's a big difference between what it costs to buy a car and what it costs to own a car.
Chris Bailish's car cost worksheet points out the hidden costs of cars for the car owner. But what about the external costs of cars, such as car crash cleanup, fuel production, fuel wasted sitting in traffic, natural habitat loss and sprawl, road construction and maintenance, and military defensive oil? When you think about it, the numbers are mind-boggling, running up into the billions.
Contrary to popular belief, living car-free in LA is awesome. People who drive here literally spend their lives in the car. It's not uncommon to spend 3 hours a day sitting in your car, driving around and stuck in traffic. Living in LA, owning a car, is being stuck in traffic.
One of the biggest indicators, too, of addiction isn't so much how much time spent, but how much time is lost. So somebody who spends 6 hours a day gambling, 6 hours a day gambling, whatever, but 6 hours a day lost from pursuit of other projects or activities that are, you know, liberating, that feel good. The thing that makes people the most happy that I've noticed is really when they have total control over their time, when they feel like I'm in control of my time.
What do you believe is the core solution to the traffic problem?
There is no solution. Right? And by that I mean, the problem is not traffic itself, right? You're not gonna be able to resolve the traffic problem. You gotta resolve the problem of people building a system that generates traffic more and more. When you gain weight, you could add a hole to your belt and you will feel a little better. And you will eat more, and then you will have to add another hole, and then you will eat more, and so on. Traffic is the way that you are adding to it, right? If you widen the street, it will get filled because people will continue to say, oh, it's easier for me to just drive. But when everybody thinks that way, then it gets congested again, right? So the solution is not to gaining weight, is not to loosen the belt to get a bigger set of pants, another size. That will only work for a while. The solution is to change the behavior and provide people other options to just using the automobile.
Here we are in Helen Cycles. This is Jeff. Jeff is the manager here, and Jeff and Jay, the owner, have offered to donate a bike to this documentary. Liz got her bike stolen, and they are so super sweet, and we're gonna get her fitted right now. It was shiny and blue. Don't hit me. So tell us about this bike, Jeff.
This is a commuter-specific bike. These tires can handle potholes. The wheels are also strong enough. It's not too heavy. And it's a pretty comfortable riding position.
Yeah.
So Liz, what are you gonna name your bike?
I have to name it Helen because Helen Cycles was nice enough to give it to us.
Good morning. It's day 12. Holy moly. It has flown by. So I rode my bike to the beach this morning. I'm doing a different route to work again, because I gotta find the best route. And last night I rode my bike home from that meeting in West Hollywood all the way home with Drew, and it was fun. I brought a raincoat in case we needed it, and it looks like we don't at all. Wet ones, oh my gosh. Tons of water, which I'm actually gonna drink now, and deodorant. I need those things. Okay. Oh my God. It's 8:45, and I'm supposed to be at work at 9, and I have a 30-minute hike, plus I have to catch another bus. There's nothing I can do right now, except for sit in this traffic. This is the worst time of day to go. When we've been going earlier, and this is a new route. I tried a new route, and it just is really not the smartest route. I screwed up. I took the pretty route. I went to the beach route. We're gonna hitchhike. Can we get a ride? I mean, what if nobody picks me up? Nobody even sees me. Can we get a ride? Dude.
I'll drive you up there.
Come on, we're going. You're the best. You know what? Thank you so much. Like, now I'm gonna be on time to teach these kids. And that was what was important today. So Cody's driving us. We're going to do ground truthing.
That's right.
Something I've never done before. We got all the way up to Tree People, and now we're going somewhere else. And just to let y'all know, I'm not cheating because Cody has to go there anyway. We both have to go, so we're carpooling.
That's right.
So when are you going on your trip?
I leave tomorrow, which is what I wanted to talk to you about. Since I stay in the park where we work, and you're not, and you live far away.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if you want to fill in for me as caretaker while I'm gone.
You mean stay in your yurt?
Yeah, stay there in my yurt at work.
Oh my God.
And help out.
So live at my work. Live at Tree People.
Live at Tree People.
For how long?
I'm gonna be gone 2 weeks, so any of you can help me in that 2 weeks would be fantastic.
That means no freaking commute for me, Cody. I'm doing it. I'm definitely doing it.
Yeah?
Yes. Thank you for asking me, because you know what? This is gonna make me have some peace in my life.
Oh no.
Not for you, is it?
Yeah, for me.
Why?
Why can you guys stay on the seatbelt on?
I'll tell you why. Because we're making a documentary.
Okay.
And we spaced it, honestly. She was filming.
Driver has his on, though.
Because Cody is responsible. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
All right.
See ya.
Drive safe.
Oh, ladies.
Right now, I'm just exhausted. I'm just tired.
Yeah.
Here's my ticket for not having my seatbelt on, and Liz got one too. Liz, and it made me start crying because I really thought he was going to let us go. It's the guy who might buy my car, so y'all excuse me for a second. Okay, my friend Drew is coming to meet you, Ruben. He's coming right now. Right now, he's coming. Bye, Ruben.
Thank you.
Yep. I feel good. I feel weirdly good. She does love it.
CarLess in LA. Now you are truly CarLess.
I did it.
It wasn't so bad, was it?
I just sold my car. But you know what? I'm hoping this is normal. I feel pretty good. I feel good. I mean, I've been doing this for 13 days now. I know what it feels like. I know what I'm doing, I think.
Let me ask you this. How does someone know if they're addicted?
You know, it's interesting. The majority of folks who come see me, I would say about 80% of folks know that they have a problem controlling their behavior. But of those 80%, you know, the majority of them still, in some ways, don't want to stop. So I think most folks who have an addiction recognize that that behavior or their drug use is interfering with their lives, but yet they don't want to stop because either they don't know how to, or their brain has been so changed by the drugs themselves that their brain is no longer able to let them stop.
You need to buy this. Van Gogh. You know, you let your van go.
So Drew and I were looking at footage, and there's some footage he hasn't seen yet, and I need to talk to him before he sees that footage.
I'm scared.
I know, I'm scared. So, you know, we hitchhiked the other day? Yeah. We hitchhiked on Santa Monica Boulevard in West Hollywood. I had my thumb out. So a lady pulled over, and she said, "Do you need a ride?" And I was like, yeah, we're going up to Laurel Canyon. I feel so bad. She said that she didn't have an appointment till 11 and that she'd be glad to take me, but she was...
So she wasn't going that way. Katie.
I cheated. But Drew...
I can't believe you cheated.
I cheated.
All right.
I cheated.
There needs to be some form of retribution. We need to make this up somehow or another. So how do we clean it up? How do we rectify it?
I don't know. We have to figure it out, though. Bad. Because I feel really bad. And I'm sorry I waited this long to tell you.
Here's an idea. Why don't you volunteer for an afternoon with tree people to go out planting?
Okay.
So like 4 hours or whatever of planting trees.
Okay.
Yeah? And you have to walk there. Just kidding.
Drew.
Let's take care of some trees.
Yeah, we're signed
Okay, let's wait. My goal was to have 0 carbon emissions in 80 days, and there was a day I cheated. So I'm offsetting my carbon emissions right now that I did.
All right.
By taking care of this beautiful tree.
My name is Andy Lipkiss. I'm founder and president of Tree People, and I started it when I was 15 years old. A challenge in the 50s and the 60s when I was a kid was that smog was really bad. My parents saw that we couldn't play so well, and they sent me to the mountains every summer to get away from the smog. Summer camp was in a forest about 2 hours away from here. Beautiful forest, clean air. It was really lovely. But it turned out the smog was actually going up to the forest, and the trees were sucking it in, and those pollutants were burning their lungs. Foresters started noticing that the trees were dying in the forest and dying in some large numbers. Their research actually showed and proved that it was smog killing the trees. Nobody was planting trees to replace them. There was no smog-tolerant trees being planted. But if you want to save this forest, we've learned that there are some trees that are smog-resistant, smog-tolerant, that will actually grow here. We said, let's plant them.
Hey, how are you doing?
Great.
This big, sprawling, freeway-filled city can be seen as a bicycle city, then there is really hope for the rest of the world. And you guys are really the ones who are building that hope up. So thank you very much.
So basically, we just went to this Bike Coalition award ceremony, and we're amazed because all these freaking people are car free, and they think this is no big deal.
They're like, she's on day 17. I'm on year 17.
And they're like, well, what's she gonna do after day 80? Buy a car? I'm like, maybe. See, look at all these bike people. They even have instruments in their biking. Who needs a trunk? Let's get all these.
Was the bassist biking?
Yeah.
No.
It's very important to wear skirts and ride a bike. It's very sexy.
You think you know me well too, John? I'm at work at Tree People today, and I am moving into Cody's yurt. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled to live in the forest for a few days. I can't believe I'm staying here, actually. It's pretty funny. At the keep, that worked. Oh, look at my little home. Is there a light in a yurt? I don't even know. Ta-da. It's so amazing to think that all I have to do is come in here and lay down. I don't have to commute. Living locally is awesome.
People rely on their cars like life. I mean, that's, you know, people think that it's normal to live 60, 80 miles away from where they work and to spend 4 hours a day in their cars. Hey, how about living close to where you work and walking and getting on a bike and getting on the bus and mass transit? You know, those, they're there, but it's just that the big interests are, you know, the special interests are really overwhelming.
LA has a dozen or more great walkable, compact communities. Westwood, Pasadena, downtown LA, Manhattan Beach, here in Santa Monica. And I looked at all these places because I wanted to live somewhere where I could walk to what I needed. And I need things like the gym, a FedEx, Kinko's, grocery store, library, internet cafe, things like that. That's why I chose Santa Monica, because I found all those things in a nice little residential area.
Think about, like, every time that you take transit, you are a pedestrian, basically, because you're gonna have to walk. So you're gonna be experiencing the city from that perspective of walking. And you're gonna feel, sense, hear, smell that environment as you're walking by. And it's very different than if you're driving. And it's always an experience of from the automobile, from the steering wheel, from the windshield of your car. And then when you do that, you are dislocated from the built environment as a human scale, and you are integrated into that environment that is between the car and the place where you want to go, park, access, etc.
Oh, okay. Hi. I'm about to go on a date. This is my last night up at Tree People, and staying at Cody's place. I mean, I did go down for one night, but for the most part, I've been up here, and it's been nice not to commute, but I've definitely felt isolated in other ways. I was gonna write in my blog that I can't date anymore, at least until this 80 days is up, and I just can't even do anything normal. I can't even go to dinner with friends because I've got to put all my energy towards this. And it's one thing to stay focused and want to do something positive, but it's another thing to go insane doing it. All right, I gotta go. This guy tonight is gonna get an earful. He's never been on a bus. Bye.
My name's Christina Urioste. I introduced Katie to Drew last year, and I secretly wanted them to fall in love, but it's better. We do love each other, all three of us.
We're at Green Drinks right now. Christina?
Cheers.
Christina, cheers.
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 Okay. There's nothing more romantic than a date on a tandem bicycle.
Oh!
You're gliding, you glide through the city. You are a moving urban spectacle.
And Matt works for the Bike Coalition. And Matt is gonna take Christina on a date.
Yeah, I have a sweet ride, though.
A tandem?
I have a tandem.
Oh! Shit, I'm
Racing
excited.
tandem.
Sweet.
Yeah.
What color?
Red, I think. I haven't borrowed it yet.
Fabulous.
But yeah. It's
What
gonna be
better
really
color
nice.
for a date than red?
Exactly.
I'm excited.
All right.
I'm Zach. I mean, for me, I come from the bicycle angle. I focus most of my environmental energy these days on really creating an alternative space to the automobile and getting people out of the automobile and onto the bikes. Santa Monica Critical Mass is a bike ride that I started, and it's we ride in the street. It's not a fitness ride. It's more of a party on wheels, very casual. For many people, including myself, it's an environmental statement. It's more of a protest. It's a take back the streets. I mean, you know, 70% of our streets are paved. Yeah. And, you know, we were almost doubling every month for a while. You know, get involved and grab the ride and make it your own.
I'm calling you right back, right now. I have a crush on Drew. I can't believe I just said that on camera. I cannot believe I just said that. Oh my God. I'm doomed. I'm doomed. I'm gonna tell him. I have to. Not right now.
How long does it take for you to get to work in the morning?
2 hours.
It takes you 2 hours? Katie, have you lost your freaking mind? You're spending 4 hours a day on freaking buses?
Yeah,
Wait, and this is what you do every day, every morning?
4 days a week. And it's a part-time job.
Wait, I'm so confused.
From Mar Vista to Fairfax, took a bus, took a shuttle, now I'm about to hike, and this is my life, and I'm fine with it. It's just normal now. It's kind of funny. And now I'm adjusted to it. So, yeah, I'm just gonna get to work. This is it.
People consider mass transportation to be for peons.
I used to be a transit snob. You know, I would not ride the bus. I was afraid of it. I'd never been on the bus, really. I think the LA bus system is excellent. When I combine my bicycle and the bus, I can get just about anywhere in town.
You know, it's an epidemic, like the traffic in Los Angeles and the way that we don't utilize public transportation, I think, as much as we could, as much as any other big city does.
Have you ever ridden the bus or taken the subway here?
In Los Angeles, I've never taken the bus or the subway in Los Angeles.
So then, who does ride public transportation in Los Angeles? It turns out lots of people, most of whom I enjoyed interacting with every day. And as long as they had a decent route, many of the people I talked to liked and even preferred the bus.
It's just the people who don't take the bus, they don't know that it is convenient, because otherwise, why would all these people take it? I know a lot of people who have cars but take the bus, you know?
So what is this myth that riding the bus in LA is lame? Could it be that it's not the transit system to blame, but rather the sprawl? Ironically, public transportation played a role in that, too.
Los Angeles was formed at one time by the electric trolleys.
Nobody's gonna drive this lousy freeway when they can take the red car for a nickel.
Well, they'll drive. They'll have to. You see, I bought the red car so I could dismantle it.
Los Angeles used to be crisscrossed by streetcars back in the 1920s and 30s. At the peak of the system, Los Angeles had the largest, most extensive urban rail system of any city in the United States. But by the 1940s, the system broke down, the tracks were taken out, and the automobile took over. So while we have the image and the reputation of being very automobile-oriented, the city developed originally as a streetcar city.
It happened because eventually, as the automobile was becoming the norm of transportation, then there were too many conflicts between the red car and the automobile. 1. 2, people get addicted to the automobile. There were accidents. It was too slow now because the cars were in between, and then they're stuck in traffic.
So the cars kicked the red car out.
Yes.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yes.
I'm calling 1-800-COMMUTE because I'm supposed to be in Long Beach to interview the former mayor of Colombia, of Bogota, Colombia, who is supposed to be awesome. And I'm also trying to plan a party to get people on the bus on Friday night, and the buses don't run late enough. The one that I want doesn't run until it stops at like 6, something insane.
Here they pay you to ride in public transport. It's wonderful.
7 Metro, Los Angeles, on board.
Okay, Mike. Do we have everybody in?
You don't want to sit with me?
I do, but they're making me move.
People are very wedded to their cars. And
Well,
the experiment that she
everywhere in the world, there is not one single city where I have been where they don't tell me exactly the same sentence. Oh, the thing is that here, people really, really love their cars, you know? It's a very special thing. You go to Paris, they tell you the same thing. You go to Buenos Aires, they say the same thing. Everywhere in the world where people use public transit is not because they love the environment, but because there is a severe restriction to car use. Because they have to, not because they want to. But the most obvious restriction anywhere, more than any administrative restriction, is traffic jams. The big issue is quality of life. So transport is not an end in itself. I mean, good transport will not make people happy. Transport is only a means to a way of city, to a kind of city. And a city is a means to a way of life. So what we have to say is that the real goal is a type of city, and the type of city that we have to have is a city with great sidewalks, a lot of people in sidewalks, plazas, parks. We also did a bike path network. We took tens of thousands of cars off the sidewalks. When you talk about cities, you cannot let people do whatever they want. The traffic light is a rule, so if the traffic light is not limiting freedom. The traffic light is making people live better.
I see.
Sometimes the individual rationality does not coincide with the society's rationality.
Right.
Sometimes what is good for the bee is not good for the beehive.
I told Drew. I told Drew. Actually, he gasped because I told him I had something to tell him, and I was so embarrassed. The feelings aren't mutual, he says. And I don't care. I really don't. I have a high about this for some reason. It just really cleared things up. I'll have a crush on somebody else next. This is the bus we're going on tonight. The Culver City 1. I picked a nice bus because I want the public transit to have a good impression, because people in LA have such a negative impression of public transit.
I don't know, that's a good... This is, the reason I ask is because this, we're not ever gonna get it. It is here. It is here. Because I'm like, I have to walk. Yeah, it's Friday. The last day is New Year's Eve. Yes, Sophie, where's the bus stop? Y'all, I didn't plan very well. Oh, this is it. This is it. This is it. Y'all, that is our bus. It really is supposed to stop here.
That's happened to me before, too. Are you comfortable?
All right, so you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna wait another 15 minutes.
What?
To get sake on the sushi.
Okay, you're trying to convince me.
Cannot organize a freaking bus party. Everybody just wants to stay, and now people went to a different bar, and we missed the bus, and whatever. I need to just relax, don't I? Okay, look, here's the deal. It's 11 o'clock, and I'm standing on the corner of Washington and Lincoln, see? And I've been waiting for the bus. I am so mad. I can't, this is a faulty system. It doesn't work.
after day 80? I don't know. Am I gonna go buy a car after all this? I don't want a car. But I don't want to be subject to this kind of life where I'm waiting. It took me 3 hours to get home from the airport, which is 15 minutes away. I just don't know how our species got so selfish and so stupid. It's just mind-boggling. I mean, Native Americans really said, you think about what actions are going to affect 7 generations from this generation. 7 generations. We don't even think of our own generation. We don't. We don't even think. I mean, I'm 32 right now. When I'm 90, what is this place going to look like? If it keeps going like this, it's awful. But 7 generations from now? We can't even fathom that. That's not even in our consciousness. We don't even think about our grandchildren. And then not to mention the fact that the population is multiplying. We've got to prepare, y'all. This is nuts.
It's day 50. I'm about to go to Tree People to work. I'm carpooling with Lindsay. I'm in Venice Beach right now. Riding my bike to her house. It took 30 minutes. We're gonna pack the bike in her car, drive up, and I'm gonna bike home. Okay. Can we go on the other side? I think maybe not. Mwah. See ya. Oh, it's tight. I don't know about this.
That car's worth over $1 million.
This one right here?
Bugatti, yeah.
Why?
I don't know. The power, probably. The power, exclusive cars, the prestige. They're like, a car like this is like rolling art.
Rolling art.
Yeah. So cars that are out of your range are even more desirable because you have no idea what that car feels like, but you know it feels good.
What's the miles per gallon?
Well, if you're just going to drive it regular, I think it's like 10, 16.
Okay.
10 highway, 16, whatever if you're going to drive it at its maximum speed of 253 miles per hour, and you're driving at that speed, it'll run out of gas in 12 minutes.
Whoa! Shiny, happy cars is all I have to say. It's kind of fun.
The most difficult part about going car-free is getting over the marketing myth that has been put out there by the automakers that every American adult must own a car. Car makers spend $20 billion a year trying to convince every American of 3 things. Number 1, that cars are more affordable than they really are. Number 2, that every adult American must own a car. And number 3, that somehow our personal self-worth is tied to our car. The automobile industries have done a remarkably good job of making people want their product. And they have the best and brightest minds from Harvard Business School working on those ad campaigns.
Exactly.
And they're very effective.
And by the way, the automobile is not an evil. The automobile is a tool that we created as human beings. We are the boss here, not the automobile. We cannot all of a sudden allow that those things that we manufacture become who we are and determine who we are.
And I'm commuting on a Segway. I made it. I'm at the Alt Car Expo, and what we decided to do
is set up the camera and have people come share their opinions, give their voices to this issue.
The first thing you should do is get your electricity for your house from clean sources, renewable sources. Then the next thing you do is you buy an electric car or a plug-in hybrid so you can run on clean energy that's domestically produced and has no carbon footprint whatsoever. So you're substituting clean electricity for dirty gasoline.
Compressed natural gas, one of the cleanest burning fuels that we can use right now. A nice little switch over before we go full electric, which electric's the way of the future.
I drive a 1984 Mercedes wagon, and it's been converted to vegetable oil. So I just run 100% vegetable oil, and it smells like French fries, I guess.
My name is Tim Goodrich. I'm a veteran, 26 years old. Spent 4 years active duty in the Air Force. Been to the Middle East 3 different times while in the military. Afghanistan and the pre-war Iraq bombing. And I see the connection between the need for energy resources in the Middle East and our foreign policy. And after I left the military, I went into Iraq and as a civilian and spoke to the civilians over there. And they told me, we welcomed the U.S., but when we saw them come in and within the first few days, they guarded the oil refineries in the Ministry of Oil and not the banks, not the critical infrastructure, not the museums, we realized what the United States was up to. It was just a shock, just this feeling of betrayal, because I realized that we were over there for the wrong reasons. We weren't over there for the stated goals of freeing Iraq or weapons of mass destruction. We were over there for the resources. America really does depend on oil, and we need to wean ourselves from that dependence. Not only will it make us safer by being independent of other countries' oil resources, but you know, our air is going to be cleaner. We won't have to fight wars based on oil. It's just a win-win all around.
Who's Left Coast Conversions?
Left Coast Conversions, he's been in the electric car business for quite some time. You may have seen him on the Discovery Channel.
He was in the LA Weekly one time.
And he was in the LA Weekly most prominently. Reverend Gadget has driven this car in. He purchased it for $1,200, and he drove it in with an IC, an internal combustion. It's stock engine, which they removed yesterday. They're making it into a fully electric vehicle by this afternoon. It's a 2-day process. It's basically a kit, 15 standard deep cycle batteries, and motor you see underneath the battery pack there. He's getting the controller right now.
Can I have it?
Hi, I'm Reverend Gadget. The reason why I'm Reverend Gadget is because I am the evangelist for sustainability. What I'm doing currently is converting cars to electric. My cars, they are really fast. Till you've been in a car taken off that fast silently, you just haven't had the experience. We call it an EV grin, because the first time you launch in a totally silent car, you're hooked.
So I'm kind of car shopping. So I went and looked at a veggie car yesterday.
I would not do a veggie car. If you run biodiesel, take that same vegetable oil, run it through the biodiesel process, the oils are converted, the glycerin comes out, all the other solids that don't burn well, they all come out. It's clean. It's really clean. And you don't have to convert the vehicle. Yeah, but straight veggie.
And then don't convert it?
Yeah, you don't have to convert it. You just take a diesel and just put the biodiesel in. You're done.
So this is my friend Christina's car, and she bought it from Blue a few weeks ago.
That's correct.
So you're making this car a veggie car. Tell us about it.
That's right. It's going to be converted to run on vegetable oil. What I'm installing is a filter, which has a built-in heater. So all we're doing is warming up what's normally thick oil to make it thin to make the car run. It's very simple.
It's not some crazy sci-fi thing.
No, it's not. It's not. All it is making vegetable oil act the same as diesel. So you just make it so it can explode inside the combustion chamber like diesel does. But it's not an honored and regulated fuel by the EPA. So technically, you're not allowed to run vegetable oil in these cars on the highway.
Christina's going to be breaking the law?
I didn't say that. What I did say is that I'll tell her.
She has a choice. She
Yeah.
can buy gasoline.
Yeah, she can buy diesel, biodiesel. That's great. And if she wants to run vegetable oil, that's up to her.
That's up to her.
I am now going to fuel my car with vegetable oil. This is Leona.
Okay, what is that?
This is soybean oil. It's by the weight, so it's approximately a quarter of a tank. Wish me luck.
I convinced my friend Christina to do a little car advertisement of our own.
It's 1:02 a.m., December 24th, day 75. So what day I'm on? I don't even know. All I know is take a bike to the airport and sleep in the chair at the airport. And wake up and get on a plane. Right, see ya. I'm going to the airport now. LAX, bike, me, by myself. Merry Christmas, everybody. Hey, everybody. Hey, Drew.
What's up?
What's up? It's day 79. Ow! Randy's shy, but she's riding her bike with me today. She's a biker. She's my friend from Idaho. Hi. And she's visiting, and I'm so happy she's going to ride bikes with me to Leo Carrillo today. How many miles do you think it is?
I haven't looked at a map. I don't live here. I don't have any idea.
I don't know what I'm doing. I just wanted to make my 79th day one to freaking remember.
That's right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have fun.
We made it. Okay, so we've got about 20 miles to go. We're feeling good, eating Cliff Bars, looking at the ocean. It's awesome.
We're actually having so much fun. We feel good. Anyway, we better go if we have 20 freaking miles left. Hey! We're doing it. It's a little chilly. See ya. Yay! Ow! That was good though. I feel good. Like that was a good way to end this, you know? I don't think I could have done it. It wouldn't have been hell by myself.
we did a good job.
Yay! Woo! Thank y'all for the cheers. So I think we have 5 dogs and probably 20 people, don't you think? And lots of food, and I mean a whole freaking bar full of alcohol. And the party's just started, and I'm loving it. This is the best way to spend New Year's.
This is just something, not like she's ever going to forget this experience, because it's been a remarkable experience, I think.
What in the world is this?
What is this?
Just open it.
Oh, Drew. That is so, let me see this. Oh my gosh, you have a bike on there. That is hilarious.
Wait, keep it there.
Thank you, Drew.
Happy New Year, everybody.
If this part right here is
Say Happy New Year, y'all.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, y'all.
Sweet.
Okay, everybody, it's day 80 of my 80 days.
Woo!
It's kind of a weird feeling though. I'm a little sad. So one day when I was feeling down about not having the car and not doing carbon emissions, I said on my blog, oh my gosh, if 10 people in the world gave up their car for one day a week, for a year, it would be 520 days of zero carbon emission. And I said, why am I doing this project? It was too much. But see now, if everybody here said, I'm gonna give up my car for 1 day a week, then we would have less carbon emissions.
If you can get someone to make a small change and actually make this change on a weekly basis, like riding your bike once a week to work. You ride your bike once a week to work, pretty soon you're doing it twice a week, pretty soon you're realizing that you feel better, you're healthier, you're saving money.
So once you make that change, you're inspiring other people to do the same.
It's very simple choices. And it's really neat and really important that people start to experience those choices and the power they have to choose.
It's the end of day 80. I said today that I didn't think it was an accomplishment at the campsite, but it is an accomplishment. I mean, come on. So I'm getting to borrow Christina's car for a few days to see what it's like to be in the car again. Thanks.
Congratulations.
Thanks, sweetheart. Y'all have fun. By the way, Kurt and Christina met at my 40-day bus party. Oh yeah, and they're about to take a vacation together. All right, let's see how I do. Driving a car again. Holy moly. Oh, Drew, look, a minivan. That is my van. It looks so much like it. So I'm gonna have those tinted windows. Yay! Holy This is so surreal. It actually is. You know what I feel like? This is luxury. I'm in a 1982 Mercedes and I feel like I'm in sheer luxury. I could be in a Pinto right now and feel like I am in luxury. We take this for granted. I'm still riding my bike because I rode in the car for a few days and it was not that fun. It was fun at first, and then it got old. And I went back to the bike and I rode the bus yesterday and I loved being around all the people. I borrowed Christina's car for a few days and I bought a car, but it is not ready yet. I will drive a car. It's gonna run on veggie oil or biodiesel because that is one of the best options out there for me right now. It doesn't suit my lifestyle to be completely car-free, but it does suit my lifestyle to stick with the bike and the bus. It's just, I've seen the light. Oh, here's my little car. I have a car again. Wow. Bye-bye, everybody. An interesting thing happened about 2 weeks ago. I was driving home from work and on Mulholland, and a car was in my lane coming towards me. I had a head-on collision. I'm fine. The car is totaled. The other lady's fine. I am once again car-free. So my other route home was on the 405, and now I'm riding home through this. I saved 1.55 tons of carbon. And I can't remember exactly. Do you remember how many miles I went total?
I think it was like 24.
It was about 2,400 miles total without a car in LA. They go my valves. They're little pink dice. They're so cute. I think it's about 14 miles in the car. It took about 35 to 40 minutes in a car And the first day, I think it took me 2 hours and 15 minutes to get here, but I learned some better routes. So now it takes me about an hour and a half.
There was a BBC poll that, recently that was had people vote for the greatest invention of the 20th century, and there was the microchip and the computer and the microwave and all sorts of things, satellite, and the bicycle won. Bicycle won the poll, hands down. The bicycle always comes out on top in terms of energy effectiveness for getting around for local travel.
Diego Cardoso, and he loves to say, the future of Los Angeles is here. You just can't see it behind a windshield of your car.
We created a car-free day.
I know, I love that car-free day.
That's very interesting.
And when do you think LA could do it? know what? My whole life has to be getting to work and back. So I'm home now.